The following podcast is so not real, but it is really sponsored by MakeSpace. Wish you had more space in your home? Use MakeSpace. They'll pick up, store, and deliver your stuff. Get started at makespace.com and use code Chicago50 to get $50 of free storage. And it's also sponsored by Esports Plus, the fantasy esports app where you can win cash and prizes with your esports knowledge. Download it today for iOS or Android and visit esportsplus.me to play free using the promo code HUBASTANK. Yes, HUBASTANK.
Hello from the Magic Tavern, a weekly podcast from the magical land of Foon. I'm your host, Arnie Niekamp. This is what's going on if you haven't heard the podcast before. A little over half a year ago, I fell through a dimensional portal behind a Burger King into the magical land of Foon. Luckily, I'm still getting a slight Wi-Fi signal from the Burger King through the dimensional rift, and I use that to upload a podcast I record every week here in the tavern, the Vermilion Minotaur, in the town of Hogsface, in the land of Foon. And I'm joined, as always, by my guest on this very special day. It's a fundraiser day. It's Chunt for the Red October, and my co-hosts are...
Oh, yeah, baby.
Chunt the Talking Badger, the shapeshifter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this is a big day for you. You've been talking up this...
Huge day. We do this every October, and it's just, we're going to have a blood drive that benefits vampires who no longer are able to hunt for themselves. Or who are no longer willing to hunt for themselves. So I think this is a very wonderful cause. So come on out to the Vermilion Minotaur. We have some blood stations set up where blood will be sucked out of you and then put into some containers to pass off to the needy.
And I want to learn more about how exactly that works. But first, our other co-host...
I am Usidore, wizard of the 12th realm of Ephesius, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical delights, devourer of chaos, champion of the great halls of Tarakas. The elves know me as Fiang
Zelig.
The dwarves know me as Zonin and Hoogstengis, and I am known in the northeast as Gasmwadius Maystar, and there may be other names you have not yet heard. Names so potent, names so brimming with magical power that I dare not speak them.
Okay, don't.
When you say Feline Zelig and your fancy boy voice.
My fancy boy voice.
What are you trying to suggest?
I'm just saying that the name sounds a lot like Feline Zelig.
Which doesn't make any sense. But
as
then
opposed to Fion Yelik. What is your name?
Fion Yelik.
Fion Yelik.
Can I admit something?
Right.
The other day when you left Usidore a piece of paper fell out of your pocket, and it said secret name Biscuit Meniscus.
Oh.
Yes. Many of the bakers in the realm know me as Biscuit Meniscus.
So your names get that specific. It's like bakers know you by this. Shopkeepers know you by this.
Oh, yes.
Left-handed people know you by this.
No, that would be stupid.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I still am wondering, though, why do you say Feline Zelig in this, it's got this strange little intonation to it.
Well, you know what? It's interesting you mentioned that. I'm sort of thinking about it, and I kind of miss saying Hoobastank. I'm really on the fence. I might go back to Hoobastank because I feel like Feline Zelig.
Well, let's ask all those Arnie fans out there which one they prefer.
Yes. Email me at magictavern@puppies.supplies if you think I should stick with Feline Zelig until it gets funny or go back to Hoobastank, which everybody loved.
And if you're the biggest Arnie fan that there is, buy Arnie's t-shirt. Whoops, there isn't one.
Fair enough. But you know what? Enough about me. Enough about you, Usidore. Today is Chunt's day. It's Chunt for Red October.
Yeah, baby.
And we have some guests here to kind of help people understand the plight of vampires.
These are the two vampires. I met them several years ago. These are the two vampires that inspired me to start Chunt for October because I met them. They were looking very sort of thin and pale. And I thought more so than vampires.
Oh, yeah, because my understanding is most vampires are kind of thin.
But they kind of let me know about their story and that they didn't really have time to hunt for blood. And so they're the people who inspired this. So I want you guys to meet, this is Chip and Bippy von Pierre.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hello, Arnie.
Hello, Arnie.
Hi, you guys, you have a magnetizing, almost hypnotic stare.
That's because we're vampires.
Oh. So you guys don't feed on human blood?
No.
No, that is too boorish. We are too busy with our activities.
What are some of your activities?
Well, at night we like to go out for a nice yachting.
Wine tasting.
Wine tasting?
Croquet.
Croquet?
Kite making and kite flying.
Badminton.
Oh.
And it's always in that order: kite making and then kite flying.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, well, of course.
Don't fly the kite before you make it, Arnie.
Oh, and if I failed to mention, the Von Pierres they're extremely wealthy. They're one of the wealthiest families in Foon.
Yes, we're the
correct.
1% of the vampires.
Well, why do you need help then? Can you not buy blood then instead of why do you need this charity?
If we bought blood, we wouldn't be so wealthy, now would we?
Chunt, how did you meet the Von Pierres?
I was walking and I was going to the forest to talk to Smeg to get something off his list, and these two they fell out of the trees.
They
and we're
fell.
like, yeah, they like jumped out of the trees and fell, and they're like, "Bleh!" And I was like, "Oh, like here we go. I'm about to be bitten."
Point of clarification. Did they fall or did they jump? Was it intentional or did they just sort of haphazardly land?
Bippy seemed like she jumped. Chip seemed like he just straight up fell.
That sounds right.
It's true. I straight up fell. I was trying to jump, but then I got scared because, heights are very high.
Yeah.
So then it was straight up fall.
Heights are very high.
Yeah,
Yes.
different things mean different things.
But so they sort of, I thought it was an ambush, but they were just trying to meet new people. I think they're maybe swingers, so I think they were just trying to see, if I was interested in maybe joining them that night. So they were just very conversational, and I let them know that they looked very pallid, they looked very, unhealthy, and they were saying how they just didn't have time because they're very busy. To drink blood, so I was like, well, I have some free time. Let me try and get some blood for you.
Yeah, and Chunt has been very helpful for us. He gets us blood, and then we don't have to worry about it.
So before that, how did you get blood? Have you killed a lot of people?
I mean, we are vampires.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've killed 3 people.
In what ways have you? I know
well,
Chip sometimes doesn't like to talk about him. That life is behind him. But can you talk about the 3 people you killed?
It's all right. Well, the first kill I ever had, I was trying to jump out of a tree again, but I got scared and accidentally landed on a young child.
Oh no!
And
Fortunately, he was very big.
he was very big, so I bounced off of him and I landed onto an old man.
Full of blood.
Yes, it was full of blood, and I bounced off and I knocked an old man down, and he broke his neck. and
so much old man death.
yes, I took him to the hospital as quickly as I could, but he died before we got there.
Oh, one.
Yes.
What was the second one?
Oh, the second one was
Well, that was the second one, wasn't it? You killed the child and the grandfather.
Oh no, the child lived.
Oh,
the child-
good. Huh?
Yes, for 15 years, and then he did die. I count that as a kill
You're counting that as a kill?
because it was delayed.
But
But it had something to do with you falling on it.
His toe was stubbed, so he could never run quite fast ever again, and he got so large that he died of a bad heart.
Can you tell us this is maybe my favorite part of this story, the sound that you made when you bounced off the kid onto the old man?
The sound that I made, or the sound that the boy made?
The sound that action made.
So it was like I was in the tree, and it's like just in the tree, and I was like, get out, and then I fell, and then I was like,
oh,
yes, the
wait,
fart,
was there a little fart at the end? Is that what?
Classic vampire bounce.
the fart was all mine. I got scared.
And so then, what was the third death?
The third death was
third
classic wrong place, wrong time. I was riding a horse very fast at night. It's one of my many activities that I
Yes.
now quite enjoy. But I was just riding too fast, and I knocked over a very, very bad man. He was a thief. You know what a thief is. He's stealing money.
Steals money. Yeah.
Yes, and then we got into a bit of an altercation, and then then Bippy showed up,
Hello.
and
Hello, I said.
that was the first time I ever met Bippy. And,
Oh, wow.
And our eyes met, and we tore that man apart.
Wow.
Yeah, limb from
That's
limb.
beautiful.
Wow.
Now, Bippy, you've murdered hundreds, countless people. Yes?
Yes.
Maybe give us like a greatest hits, like your 2 or 3 favorite.
Well, Chunt, a female vampire doesn't kill and tell.
No, she doesn't. It's true. She won't even tell me.
Oh, wow.
Now, Chip, I see that you are easily frightened.
No.
But I must admit to you, you vampires may know me better as Anthony Dawn Walker.
Anthony Dog Walker?
Dawn Walker.
Dog.
As the
Like
dog
when the
walks.
sun comes up. No, not a dog. Not a
Like
dog
when you
walker.
walk your dog early in
Properly
the
like
morning?
walk my dog.
We walk
I
our
have a
dogs.
cat.
We have 2 poodles.
We have 2 poodles. They're very cute.
Oh, I
such
see
a
them in the
breed.
corner of the tavern. Arnie, you probably can't.
Is it okay if we bring them in here?
Arnie, please.
I don't see any puppies.
Since you have never experienced true joy.
I have. I
Seen someone die.
I have not seen someone die.
Annie, you have never experienced true joy?
I have experienced
Arnie,
true joy,
poor
like when I got
Arnie.
married to my wife, especially when my
is she?
baby
Where
died.
is she? I'd like to meet her.
I love wives.
My wife and daughter are back in Earth, and I can't get back to my own home dimension.
Can't or
Arnie.
won't.
I'm sorry. How do you swing without a wife?
Arnie,
How do I swing?
we would love to
He
swing
does
with
all
you.
right. Trust me. He gets around.
No!
Oh, Arnie, I love it.
No,
This is
that's-
highly unorthodox, but we are vampire swingers, and usually we like married couples. But if you'd like to swing with a random barmaid or whatever,
Possibly Usidore.
Ooh, yeah, I see.
wait, oh.
Bippy's been making some eyes at
Yeah,
me.
Bippy's been really
Well,
eyeing
full disclosure, Bippy and I have encountered one another before.
I'm sorry, Chip. You had to find out this way.
I'm not mad. I just wish him, the dog walker.
The Dawn Walker. The vampires know me as Anthony Dawn Walker.
Sorry, I don't know you as anything. When did this happen?
Well, a female vampire never kisses and tells either.
Female vampires actually tell very little.
Not so useful in a podcast.
I can tell you that Usidore is known as Honey Bunny.
Oh, that's a
Honey Buddy in the
vampire
sheets.
Some of
dong.
these names do
At
not
least
have
it's
much
an-
power.
Usidore. The vampires, we are very open, and I don't want to make it seem weird between us. So, as vampire tradition is, you've slept with my wife, and now I shall sleep with you as well.
Oh, please,
Aw.
Usidore, please.
That's so sweet. Arnie, I don't know if you know, like he said, swingers are really open in vampire swingers, for especially. You can tell Chip's wearing a turtleneck and no pants, so it's like a,
Yes. Oh, yeah.
a very just sort of.
Sorry, can you not see under the table? I can stand up.
No. That's fine. That's
Yes,
fine.
go ahead and stand up.
Okay, here we go.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Yes.
Look at me on my
Fine.
glove.
I shall continue my commitments to this relationship.
Isn't it
Wow.
cute?
It is cute. Look at it. Look at it dangle there.
It's so
My
sweet.
wooden stake.
Oh.
What? I'm talking about. Oh, sorry, I have a wooden stake in
Oh.
my. Yes, it's here in my,
Oh.
turtleneck.
Now,
Yeah.
why do you carry a wooden stake around?
Yeah,
Wouldn't
it seems dangerous.
Oh yes, I know, but here's the thing about me. I realize that to really confront death, you have to be close to death. You have to understand death by holding death in your hands. So I always keep a wooden stake wrapped around my neck, right above my heart.
Oh,
Is it like a sex thing?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Now, you've never had to kill another vampire with your
Oh
stake.
my god.
What would happen if a vampire killed another vampire?
I couldn't even.
You'd have to go to vampire court. It's
It's.
the worst court in the entire land.
it'd be like a night court, like a nighttime court.
Yes, it's like a night court.
It's a night court.
Arnie, why are you looking so small?
I mean, I'm just thinking about Night Court. It just brings back some great memories for me.
What
Have
is
you
night
been to
court?
night
I'm
court?
sorry.
Yes, what is night court like on Earth?
Night Court is just a sort of wacky court where Harry Anderson.
You know Harry Anderson?
Oh,
There's
he's
a Harry
our
Anderson on
favorite.
Yes, he's a vampire and he takes care of everything.
He's friends, and bear with me, he's friends with a bull, with an actual bull.
Wow. And is he a big fan of the Velvet Fog?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, actually he is. The velvet fog does often come to the night court. The fog does cover all of the building so you cannot see it.
Wow.
Yes, it's a very scary court, even for a vampire. You go there, you have to wait in a long line, and then this is very rude to you, and then you get judged. And I only went for a small infraction once, and I don't want to go back for something big like murder.
What's a small infraction?
Oh, Bippy, is it alright if I tell them?
Yes, graffiti.
I was a bit of a punk vampire about 30 years ago.
Oh.
And I started spraying up with so I made a concoction with blood. I would just spray walls with it, and I wrote, "Eat my butt."
Wonderful.
People didn't like it.
Yes.
I love when you laugh, Usidore.
I love what you.
Usidore, I've got a question for you. Is it scary to have sex with a vampire?
You better believe it. It's terrifying.
Oh, what a compliment.
You feel like your life is at the very precipice.
Yes.
Where at any moment she may strike.
Oh.
And bite into you and take your very life from you, transforming you into a creature of the night.
Oh, that's my Bippy.
Now, Bippy, I have a question, and
Yes,
I don't know if
please.
this is something that a lady vampire doesn't tell,
We
but
could try.
was there any chance that you were going to kill Usidore? Like, is it the kind of thing where you're like, I'm going to have sex with this wizard, and I'm going to decide whether I'm going to kill him or not?
I think
Classic
yes.
question.
I think, yes, we're always thinking about killing someone. I mean, I've thought about killing you at least 10 times.
Oh, okay.
It's just part of us.
But
It's
luckily,
just
you
part
don't
of
do.
us.
You don't. As far as I understand, you don't do that anymore.
No,
right?
we.
Young Sting, go for it.
Now, the beauty
Youngster.
of the Chunt for Red October is now you can have all the blood that you want without
Absolutely.
any murder.
Oh, it's very nice. I mean, its killing is very it is very enticing.
I mean, the thing with murdering for blood is there's a lot of cleanup.
Yes.
But Chunt puts them in these cute little jars.
Oh my gosh, you can take them on the go. If you want to go and you get hungry, you can just have a little snack on you.
Afterwards, you can clean them out and decoupage them. I mean, they are really very cute.
Chunt, how do you make these small
Chunt,
containers?
how do you make these small containers?
Are they potteries or what are these?
Yeah, they're, I blow glass, and then I infuse the glass with scales, with dragon scales, so it just has a nice sort of sheen to it where it catches the light at different angles.
I thought that was dragon scales, yes.
An artist, truly
And
an
the
artist.
jars look great. With a lot of richer vampires will wear they'll wear the faces of the men from the north.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So their clothes or any coats they wear are these north faces.
I've done this.
But it's sort of a sign, like if you're wealthy, you kind of wear the faces of the north, and that lets people know, like, oh, they got money.
Yes, I got the 3 different faces of the north. So.
Oh, yeah, sounds disgusting.
Oh no, they're very
it's
nice.
very classy.
I can get you one. I have so many. They go out of style so quickly. I just need to get new ones every year. If you want one, Arnie, it'd be very
Do
nice.
you have one big enough for him?
Look,
I can staple 2 together.
no, it's okay. I'm all
Very
right. Look,
smart.
I've put on a little bit of weight. It's all right.
Hey, the food here is fantastic.
I mean,
I assume I can't eat it, but
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Arnie, have you ever thought of a blood diet?
I haven't.
You should
What would
try.
happen? I mean, I'm
or even
kinda-
just a diet.
No. Boy. All right. Okay. The vampires love it.
Chunt, you are.
Chunt,
All right. Let's take a real quick break, and I'm going to go cry, and then we'll be back to learn more about Chunt for the Red October.
This is Otok Barleyfoot of the Vermilion Minotaur. Arnie has let me play some ads again after a brief hiatus, and I appreciate that for all that I do for him. So here is the Vermilion Minotaur's free rumor of the week. Our very own Blemish has opened up a cat orphanage in the back alley behind the Vermilion Minotaur. People who are interested in adopting a cat, please come by anytime on Sunday between 3 and 6, and Blemish will greet you at the kitchen door. If you'd like to hear another free rumor, all you have to do is purchase 1 ale at the Vermilion Minotaur any day of the week, and our waitstaff will provide it for you. Vermilion Minotaur, right at the base of McShingleshane Forest.
Fly, you fools! Over to patreon.com/Magic Tavern right now and become a patron of the show. For only $5 a month, you get access to all of our wonderful bonus content and material and ad-free versions of the show.
And we're back with Chunt for the Red October. Chunt, you help more than just vampires with this, right? You also mentioned that goblins drink blood.
Did I?
Yeah, I remember the first time you mentioned, like, what are all the blood-drinking creatures of Foon? Or some of them?
You got vampires, you got goblins, you have...
Now, goblins don't need the way vampires do. They enjoy blood, but it's not the only thing.
It's a good mixer. It's a good mixer.
Goblins can eat other things. They can eat eyeballs. They can eat bones. Vampires cannot eat eyeballs or bones. They can eat blood.
Just blood.
Gremlins, chupacabras enjoy blood.
Now,
bored housewives.
This is an interesting line of questioning. I was wondering if maybe I could get just a little bit, maybe one bottle of the blood. A little bit.
What?
But I don't want to eat it. I need it for...
Usidore.
Okay. Do you need a certain age or a certain...
I would prefer a middle-aged person.
Okay. Well, I took some blood from Arnie when he's sleeping.
What?
Do you want some of his blood?
Yes, that's
Here.
exactly what I wanted.
Oh, I would love
here you
a
go.
little bit of Arnie
Let's all take
blood.
a shot of Arnie's blood.
Yes, I wasn't going to drink it, but what the hell?
Arnie, you're not drinking your
No,
shot.
I'm not going to
You're
drink
being-
blood. Oh, no, you guys already...
Oh my god!
Is this because of the Snickers? This is disgusting.
What did you eat?
Take care of yourself, please.
Have you ever eaten a piece of fruit in your life?
My
Yes!
God.
Arnie, this is sludge.
I mean,
There's
look,
three
there's a lot of
tiers.
weird chemicals in the foods from my world, so maybe I guess that protects me from vampires.
Chemicals. What's a chemical?
Think of the alchemist. One of the
Yes.
skills of the wizard to turn materials into other materials. On their world, they have scientists that do this for a living. Earth is very strange.
And Arnie, I just want to apologize. I did sneak into your room in the middle of the night. I whapped you in the nose with a book and
Great.
just collected all the blood that came out.
Yeah, I wondered why I woke up with a bloody nose last week.
That's how most of the blood is collected for Chunt for October.
Really?
Yes.
From the nose?
And while people are sleeping, unbeknownst to them.
So, wait a second. So the blood drive is not...
It's not voluntary.
No. Oh.
Yeah,
It
everyone.
can be. Certainly some
mean,
people do volunteer.
some people will volunteer.
But very few.
It's mostly a chunt, like a hunt for blood. So you sneak up on people, you hunt them, and you whack them.
Arnie, I think the important part is no one dies.
Yes.
That's true.
Okay.
That is a very good point.
No,
You know,
That's a charitable act.
I have a sort of a vampire question.
Usidore,
Well, of course.
please.
Bippy,
Yes.
were you always a vampire? Were you turned into a vampire at some point? I don't know if vampires are different in Foon than they are in my world.
Follow-up question. Were you always ravishing?
Usidore.
Bippy, answer the man.
Well, I was turned into a vampire.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I was.
What
By
was
my
your-
father.
By your father?
Yes.
Who was a vampire?
Who was a
Very
vampire.
scandalous.
So then, was your father always a vampire, or was he turned?
Oh, Arnie, I forgot to ask.
Oh.
But Chip and I actually don't have any children yet.
We do not. We've tried so many times. We tried twice during the break.
During the break, you
Yes.
tried twice. That
Yes.
was
I
not
was
a very
all-
long break.
Well, I was, to tell you the truth, Usidore kind of put me in a state.
Usidore, you have to come over much more often.
I'll come
It's
over
better.
right after the podcast.
And Arnie, I don't know if you could see it. They were having intercourse right here at the table, but it's so fast. It's just so
Super fast.
super
vampire
fast.
sex.
Would you like to see it now?
I mean,
Anyway,
holy
Mamma
cow.
mia! Yikes!
Wow.
I'm going to need
another shot of Arnie's blood.
Yes.
Oh.
No, but it's bad.
I know, but hey, that was so good. I need something to even it out.
Oh, great. My blood is like the Malort of blood shots.
That's so weird.
It's a
Yes,
horrible drink
Usidore.
on earth.
I don't know what my
Perhaps.
lord is, but this tastes like that.
Perhaps you would let
Oh, what's going on over
Usidore
here?
come over later this evening. Slow things down a bit. Explore your beautiful vampiric body. Take you to heights of ecstasy that you never know. While Chip sits in the corner and cries.
Wow, look at Biscuit
Shit.
Meniscus laying down game.
Wow.
Chip, how do you feel about that?
I would love to be made into a cuckold.
This is less of a vampire question
Yes,
than
Arnie.
like a swinger question. Like, is it ever awkward or like you two seem to be very much in love and you seem to be both be into your swinging, but does it ever get stressful? Does it cause stress in the relationship?
Well, Arnie, here's the thing that you might not understand, given the way you treat yourself. But We're very beautiful people.
Yes, we want to
We
share
have
this with
so
many
few
people.
problems as beautiful people.
Yes.
Why deny people the glory of these two beautiful vampires?
Yes.
Yea, they may be dark creatures of the night, but yet they shine like bright diamonds in the sun.
Oh, I'm not a fan of vampires that shine like diamonds in the sun. So can vampires go out into the sun in Foon? They're different. I mean, in Earth, there are a lot of different rules for vampires.
We can, but we need to wear big hats. Because the sun, if it hits our hair, then that's what really gets us.
Oh, your hair?
Yes, it's vampire hair.
So then what happens to your vampire hair?
It sizzles off and we look ugly.
Oh, you don't want that.
No.
Can you imagine a vampire in a wig?
I can't imagine that. That'd be goofy.
Chip, what were you...
Usidore, the fact that you're imagining a vampire makes me happy.
That's all I can think about right now.
After you're done with Bippy, Usidore, if you want to stick around.
I might go home.
That's fair enough.
Chip, what were you before you were a vampire?
Me? I was a baby.
You were a baby?
Yes, I was born and the doctor, we didn't know, but was a vampire, bit me on the way out.
On the way out?
Yes.
Like literally like seconds into life?
Yeah, like I was bit, like my head poked out and then my neck and then he bit the neck and then the rest of me came out.
You know, now that you mention it, you do kind of look like a giant baby. You're not baby-sized, but you do look like a giant baby.
The dimensions, yes, I know. My head is much bigger than my body. It looks, it's beautiful. Thank you very much. But yeah, my skin, feel my skin. It may be dead, but it's very soft.
It's cold but soft.
Thank you very much. Yeah. If you really want to know how my body works, you can come to one of me and Bippy's gatherings.
Yeah, they have key parties.
And how does that work?
You bring a skeleton key, and you write your name on it, and you throw it in a bowl. And then we each reach in and we grab it. And if you grab a name that is not your own, you take that person into whatever dungeon door that skeleton key opens. And you make sweet the passionate love.
But if you grab the key with your own name, you immediately burst into flame.
It's very dangerous.
It's a dangerous
But it's kind of the thrill. It's kind of like, you know,
Oh, that's why I wear the stake around my neck. I love love, and I love having passionate sex. But I also like to know that I could be killed at any moment.
Wow.
Now, has a skeleton ever come to one of these parties?
Yes. There was one time where a skeleton did put his femur in there, and then I drew it. I went right for it. I knew that it wasn't the key. I knew it was a femur. And, well, let me say it wasn't bad.
He was boned by the skeleton.
I was boned by a skeleton.
Boned by a skeleton.
So, Chunt, how do you feel like Chunt for the Red October is going this year?
I think it's going really well. Obviously, we had to toss out your sample. But yeah, it feels like everyone else is getting what they need.
If you're going to toss that out, we'll use it for a spell.
Great, here you go.
What is this spell that you're trying to do?
Don't worry about it.
Is it going to affect me in any way because my blood
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that later.
Let me get to some of my emails here. These are emails I received at chunt@gmail.com. That's Chunt with 6 T's. This is from Sarah Neveson. She says, "Hey Chunt, greetings from the other world. Just a few questions. One, would you have any interest in relationships with a human? I guess, unless it's Arnie. And two, would you ask Arnold if he would be traveling around any more of Foon on day trips out to neighboring villages and towns? Keep up your amazing work. Best wishes, Sarah." Are you going to be traveling around to any more of Foon, any other neighboring villages or towns?
You know, I have decided that I've been exploring Hog's Face, but I should be less sedentary. And obviously I want to be back here every week for the podcast.
Oh, yes.
But I'm going to try to do more day quests and explore the local towns and areas.
You must come and visit us.
Arnie, you really must.
I don't. That's very nice. I may. I have to admit, I'm a little frightened of vampires. I hope you don't take that personally.
We do take it personally. How will we not take that personally?
Fair enough.
Rude.
They're vampires. They're going to be. They're not going to hurt you.
Okay.
They're young urban vampires.
Yeah, we're very hip.
Do you have any other emails?
I'll do one more here. This is from Patrick Hannon. He says, "Hi Chunt, I have a question that's really more for Usidore, but I don't feel like twatting at him. Also, Arnie Niekamp's email address sounds fake. Let's see here. Anyway, why doesn't Usidore include Dale Sprinklesleeves in his standard introduction? I think it's one of his better names, and skipping over it probably pisses off wedding planners, right? Like they don't even matter."
It is not one of the names that is well known. Obviously, there's a smaller contingency of wedding planners than there are, say, elves, an entire race of beings. So I honor them For elves may be wedding planners, and they may know me by both names. Just as these vampires here know me as Usidore, and they also know me as Anthony Dog Walker. Don Walker.
So I got a couple emails to magictavern@puppies.supplies.
Are any of those emails about me making love to Bippy?
Or walking dogs.
No, although we sometimes do get emails about people having a crush on you, Usidore.
Give them to me.
Yeah, we also get ones of
Give
people
them to
that seem to really are interested in Chunt. But this one is actually about Otok. Someone wrote in, "Good evening. I'm curious, if I find my way to Foon, would Otok like to go on a date? I'm quite cute and incredibly sweet. I'll be happy to send pics. Nothing risque, of course. Smiley face, Dawn Smith."
What is human risque? Like, for us, risque is so far out there.
Yeah, it really varies. On the internet, it can get a little crazy. I would just have, for new listeners, Otok Barleyfoot is the owner of the Vermilion Minotaur. He's a widower. He's a sweet guy. He's mostly obsessed with trying to find his daughter.
He's over there behind the bar. Hello, Otok.
Hey, Otok.
Otok, can I dogs?
We're talking about you.
We're talking about you, Otok. But you know what? I don't know if it's wise to encourage people to send us pictures. But if you do, don't send risque ones unless you want to tweet them at Usidore the Blue.
Feel free to send any risque pictures.
Oh,
to
I will.
Magic Tavern at puppies.supply.
Oh, no. All right, let's see. I've got one more email here. Hello, Arnie. For the past 2 nights, I have had a recurring dream. In it, I am with you, Usidore, and Chunt at the Vermilion Minotaur. Together, although in the dream it is always Usidore doing the majority of the work.
Of course.
Yes.
Just like normal.
We discovered that a bunch of the unwed mothers actually have a shrine to the Dark Lord in the basement of the tavern.
What?
My concern is that it isn't a dream, but a prophecy. I am traveling to Chicago next week for work, and while I love the podcast, I am legitimately worried I might get pulled through some mystical vortex and get stuck in Foon. Like you, I have a wife and kids, 2 kids actually. Unlike you, I would hate to be separated from them. Oh, come on. I can't cancel my trip. I am going to avoid Burger King's, but I was wondering if there is anything else I should do to avoid your fate while in the Windy City. Also, has anyone checked the basement? Thanks, Patrick from Northern Virginia.
Whoa, Usidore just took off.
Usidore! I would say, I guess avoid Burger King's. I mean, I don't really know how it happened besides that I went through the drive-thru at a Burger King and myself and my Toyota Camry got pulled through a dimensional portal into Foon.
Oh, Usidore's running back here.
Usidore, was there anything in the basement?
Just a bunch of old signs for the Vermilion Minotaur.
Oh.
They take them down. They make a new one every 2
Sure.
years. The weather tears them down.
Well, that's a relief. It's good to know the unwed mothers aren't up to anything.
And there are some candles surrounding a pentagram. I'm not worried about it.
Typical Foon stuff.
I love it. That sounds like a Tuesday.
Well, Chip and Bippy, thank you so much for being here. And
Thank you
joining
for
us.
having us, Arnie.
And Chunt, thank you so much for this charity work. It's a little weird, but it's great that you're doing it. Trying
Thank
to
you
help
for
people
donating,
out.
and thank you for helping to promote it. I feel like this is an amazing step in our friendship.
Yeah, and if you're on Earth and you find your way to Foon, I guess try to eat better so that your blood is more donatable.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Say that in a mirror, not into the microphone.
And
These vampires love me.
Chunt.
in honor of the Chunt for Red October, I, Usidore, shall make love to Bippy right here on the table.
Whoa! What just happened?
Yes.
Wow, that was
Finally. Oh, God.
Hey, Arnie, I'm sorry, but I got a little on you.
Oh.
Oh, don't mind me here in the kitchen just making a delicious autumn pie. Let's see. Half a stick of butter, 4 cored apples, and a heaping tablespoon of none of that really happened. Usidore the Blue is just Matt Young, either whispering or shouting. Chunt the Shapeshifter is just Adal Rifai, working his way through a variety of issues. Otok Barleyfoot was portrayed by Nick Baer. The strange swinging vampire couple was played by Jeff Murdoch and Joe Scott. Check out their videos together at seriouslyunprepared.com. And follow them on Twitter at JSMurd and at Joe Scott, with 4 T's. No Twitter account for the video series. That collaboration has an expiration date on it. Hello from the Magic Tavern is produced by Arnie Niekamp, Evan Jacover, and Ryan DiGiorgi. Edited by Ryan DiGiorgi. Music by Andy Poland. Hello from the Magic Tavern logo by Allard Laban. Learn more about the show and ascertain for yourself that there's no possibility it could be actually occurring at hellofromthemagictavern.com or follow us on Twitter at Magic Tavern. Oh, I just had the random thought that I was ordered to tell you about buying assorted Magic Tavern shirts at magictavern.annarbortees.com. What fun! This entire festive, seasonal, partially fleshed out soundscape was brought to you by MakeSpace, with help from the Chicago Podcast Co-op. Visit Makespace.com and use the promo code Chicago50 to get $50 of free storage, and visit the Chicago Podcast Co-op at chicagopodcastcoop.com. While you're at it, who are we kidding? There's no one waiting up for you. Visit esportsplus.me, where you can play for free using the promo code HoobaStank. Wouldn't it be fun to just go to esportsplus.me and type that in? Go try it and see. I'll wait. And happy Chunt for Red October, everyone. This is what we've come to.
Hey, thank you for listening to Hello from the Magic Tavern. A great way to support the podcast is to join our Patreon. You'll get ad-free versions of our entire back catalog, including all the Magic Tavern spin-offs like Offices and Bosses, I Am Spin Tax, Shadow Sit. There are a lot of them. There are 2 new exclusive bonus episodes every month, Discord, all kinds of stuff. To get more information, go to patreon.com/Magic Tavern. That's patreon.com/Magic Tavern.